everybody, I'm back with another video, and today I decided to talk about things I wish I knew before I went into college. And just to preface this, I just want to say that at first I'm doing this off the top of my head, and I want to tell you that I am a first generation college student. Well, it's kind of complicated. So my mom, she studied when she was in Mexico. She had an accountant career, and so we came to the US and she couldn't use that anymore, sadly, and so she decided to go into culinary, and she got like an associate's degree, or like a 2-year degree in culinary arts. And let me just tell you that if you have a mom who's doing culinary arts, it's awesome because you get to try all the food that they make. And so I tried duck, and I tried like this really good cherry pie that she made. Anyway, and now she is using her degree at a bakery, and so she went to a community college, and so I guess I'm kind of like first generation, but at the same time, like, I can't say that I'm completely first generation because, my mom, and so, I'm the first to have graduated from my family, from, my immediate family, and that's something that I'm really proud of myself for doing. College was kind of a difficult time for me. I went in there and I thought that, we were, just expected to do so much more work than what I experienced in high school. And I did go to like a magnet school, and one of the better ones in Illinois. And so I thought that I was ready to, go ahead and get into college. And, my ACT scores weren't like horrible. Like, all of them met the college requirement. Like, I would be, like, because I took it, I was ready to, go into college. That's what they said. And so, obviously people say, hey, these test scores don't mean everything, because I've known people that actually had like kind of like really below average ACT scores, and they ended up doing fine in college. So number one, don't let that deter you. I think it's very mature if you're a young person and you know that these test scores don't really predict how you'll do in college. I guess for the most part they do, but like, there are plenty of cases where the score didn't match up to, the college readiness level. So that's number one. I feel like I went to like a highly competitive high school, and so one second. To a competitive high school, and because of that, I feel like it was much harder to get into like these better like schools, even though like I ended up going to like a decent 4-year and so like, don't be discouraged like if you didn't get into your dream high school, because that really doesn't matter in the end, or like when you go to college and stuff. And like, even when you go to college, it's still good to keep your grades up, because you might want to go into a master's program, and then if you have like all A's, you have a pretty well-rounded package, then you might end up going to like a dream college. So don't be discouraged by that. Like, even if you didn't get into a good college for your bachelor's, and you're still trying to pursue like masters because you're in liberal arts or something like that, you could still get into a better college. So I just want to say, don't be discouraged. So yeah, like, I felt like it was harder for me because I went to a competitive college to like just get in a high school just to get into these good colleges. So I just want to say, like, when I was younger, I was just like, oh my god, like I have to get into this school and that school and that school and that school, and I was just like, in the end, it's gonna be okay. Like, even if you have like an associate's in accounting at a community college, like that doesn't matter. In the end, you got your degree in accounting, and that's what people are gonna look at. So yeah, I just want to say that like a lot of this advice might not be for people who like already know what college is, like because I'm a first generation. This might be like obvious to some of y'all. So yeah, this might not be the right video for you. And so when I first got there, like I was doing all of the readings for all of the assignments. Like I was pick me teacher because I read, and like a lot of the students, they'd be like, yeah, we didn't do the reading, and so I was just like, what is this? Like, how are they able to like do well in their classes but like not read or not be ready for the reading? And so like my last year, this was like one super helpful advice, and it seems so obvious, but the PowerPoints, like, just, you don't even have to like read everything. Like, make sure that you are paying close attention to the PowerPoints, and when you're gonna take your midterm, study that PowerPoint really closely. And obviously you can ask, is this going to be on the test? And another thing is like, it's helpful to get connected to students that like already have been there and like know the teachers, like seniors and stuff. They will let you know which are the easy teachers, which are the hard teachers, like especially for classes that like, okay, so if you like liberal arts and you have to take a required class for say physics, there's physics classes that are easier to take than others. I took physics in the arts, and it was basically just a repeat of physics in high school, so I passed, really easily. Yeah, so like there are going to be teachers that are going to be like, okay, you have to go and you really have to read the material, otherwise you're not going to get it. Like, there's some teachers like that. There's some teachers that you could just get on by with just reading the PowerPoint, and that's enough for the class. And so that's like tip number one, I guess. I think there's like so many tips in that tip number one, like have a network of people, so that you can know which are the classes to take that are easy rather than the others. And that's tip number one. Tip number two, definitely have some money saved before you go to college. My parents, God bless them, they don't know anything about, like, I went to school in Wisconsin. I'm from Chicago, so they left me in my dorm. First of all, they didn't even know how I was going to pay for the dorm. I didn't even know how I was going to pay for the dorm. But luckily my school, like literally I was so clueless when I went into college. My school, and I'm so happy that I had a friend that I could rely on. Her name's Diana, and she really like literally held my hand, like told me, hey, they offered me this financial aid package, so call the financial aid office and see if they have one for you, because it's for students who financially are not like secure. And so I did that, and that's how I found out I was actually accepted in the first place into the program. And I wasn't really checking my emails or anything, but then like I saw and I was like, oh crap, I'm admitted. Cool. Anyway, so like, yeah, call to see if they have any financial aid packages that you are qualified for. That's like the biggest thing. So anyway, back to my story. My parents, dropped me off with like $100. They gave me $100. I had this many dollars. I like just had saved for a laptop working at a taco place. And so like it was a cute little Mac laptop. I miss it so much. I didn't take good care of it. Anyway, so yeah, they just left me with $100, and like I went grocery shopping and I just bought myself like some sandwich food. Anyways, FAFSA actually gave me money to stay at a dorm room. If you don't know what FAFSA is, it's like a government grant for people who are going to school. And so that was really helpful. That's how I ended up paying for my dorm. They give you like one big check in the beginning of the year, and then you choose to, plan it out or like save it. Like, don't spend it all, and just, divide it into like the months so that you know that you can pay for your dorm. But yeah, FAFSA is like how I got by the first year of school. I didn't really have to work, which was like I was so thankful for, because I was like so stressed doing all of the readings. And I'm gonna pause right here. I'll be back. So that I had in college was taking notes, and I noticed that other people were like kind of way better at taking notes than me, which I now know how to take better notes, so it's okay. That's what we're there for. We're in college to learn. And so yeah, I noticed that like people were better at taking notes than me, so I think it's always good to just like study with someone else, and that way you can see like what they feel is more important. And usually for me, because I knew that I was better at taking notes, I kind of just asked people like, okay, or I feel like I just focus on like the small details a lot, which like is good, but you also need to focus on the big picture. And so like for people that I felt like knew their shit, I was just like, hey, like, do you think this is going to be on the test? What part of it is going to be on the test? And gauging that test in that way. Like, studying with people is really good, but you have to make sure that they're not distracting, because I don't know, college is like, a lot of times it can be fun and everybody's just like, oh my god, hey, like, so you need to really make sure that you find someone that's like serious about studying, or just like study late at night if you want to, if you can. Personally, I pull all-nighters because that's just like the best way that I could remember stuff. Like, I'm not the type of person that like can go drink a cup of milk and study for like 4 hours every day before the test, and then go to sleep at 8 o'clock that night, and then wake up and be like prepared to take the test. Like, no, I'm the type of person, I need 5 cups of coffee, some drugs, just kidding, caffeine only. And I have to like go through all my notes at night, the night before too. I mean, the night before that too, and like I had to memorize it and like keep writing it, like keep repeating it, like do. This is the definition, blah 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 blah. Flashcards. Oh, there's 2 resources that I need to tell you. Study Blue is one of them. A lot of people, especially if like you go to a big school, they will have already made notes for that class, and they give you quizzes and stuff. Study Blue. Another place that is a really good resource is it's like a rating system for college professors. Rate My Professors. That's really good, so you can have a feel for like how the teacher is going to be if you don't really know the school or the people that well there. You should go on those 2 websites. I don't even know how I found out about that, but yeah, I think the biggest number one thing for studying, no matter what, is to put doubt in the back of your head, because I really had moments where I was just like, oh my god, like, I can't do this, like, why am I here, kind of thing, like, these people are so smarter than me, blah, 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 like, all of that, and that really affected my studying. It really, really does do something to you. Like, doubt is the number one thing that will actually make you dumber, because all you can think about is like, oh, I can't do it, and then when you actually try to do it, like, that's all you're thinking about. So like, how is there room for you to learn if that's all you have in your head? You know what I mean? So you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it, trust me. And another thing I wanted to say is, when I was in college, everybody told me like, okay, you have time to pick a major, it's fine, blah blah blah. But I did have time, like, freshman year, but I feel like if somebody wants to tell you that and you're a sophomore, I really feel like you shouldn't listen to them, and you should just try to pick something that, if you like taking a lot of classes in this certain field, like your mom told you to be an engineer or to be a business major, because that's what they wanted you to do. But just I don't know, I would say don't listen to them. But if you really want to be financially secure, then go ahead and like do that. There's no judgment. I have a degree in sociology, but yeah, like I used it. I'm using it right now. Well, I just stopped working, but I used it in terms of like, so in sociology you could also study criminology, and I took my major and like started teaching people about their rights and how to protect themselves from being a part of the system, the jail system. And so, fulfilling emotionally, yes. Financially, not so much right now, but I'll keep you updated on how it goes. Some of my friends are also liberal arts majors, and they, ended up being like school counselors. So like, and I'm pretty sure they pay pretty well. So don't let your degree define you either. You don't have to use it. It could just be a plan B, Obviously don't party too much. That's like, everybody tells you that, and just have fun and try to take things a little lightly, because it's like a time where you're growing and intellectually. Find your group, find an organization, and just try to keep yourself healthy. In terms of like food, there's like cheap food options, like make yourself some eggs, make yourself some flautas, get some rotisserie chicken, rotisserie chicken's usually cheap, the ones that they already have made, and just like Nutella on some bread, oatmeal, like those are, I was freaking out because I told you that I only had $100, so like food for me is like a really big deal, because obviously I have to nourish myself in order to like study. And so there's so many like food opportunities too when you first enter college. There's like all these back to school things, like free pizza and stuff, and like all of that. And like, I've known some people who, like, I was homeless for a period of time when I was in college, but like not entering college, and I feel like that's way worse. But there have been people that have like lived in cars, and power to them. Like in Wisconsin, my friend lived in a car and nobody knew, I would say, like, don't be hesitant to reach out to like co-ops and stuff. Like, you might not be able to afford it, but like someone might be able to reach out a hand and give you a place to stay. I don't want anyone putting themselves through that, like having to go to the library or the gym just to take a shower. I would rather you not. So please reach out to people around you and your counselors and your deans and, you know, anyone you can. And with that, I just wanted to say, I hope that you have a good back to school. I hope that you have a good first year, second year, third year, fourth year, fifth year. Doesn't matter, sixth year, seventh year, as long as you get through it. I'm proud of you for following your passions and, you know, trying to make this world a better place in whatever way you think will help. So I hope you liked it. Please subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. I hope you like my makeup today. It's a little purple. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.